Hey, this is B-Dub, and welcome to a new episode of Clearing Out My Head. In this episode, I will share with you about a place that a lot of us have been to at least once. That would be a fair or a festival. It seems like there is some kind of fair or festival everywhere you look. Everything from food truck festivals to state fairs. I've been to a few of them myself. Being in Columbus, Ohio, we experience something every summer called the Ohio State Fair. I've been going to the Ohio State Fair since I was little, and it has always been a fun time and has given me a lot of great memories over the years. Just experiencing the Ohio State Fair once can sometimes bring lasting memories. I remember how it was growing up and going with my dad, to now being a father myself and taking my own kids. Now, going with my dad growing up was a great experience. We would get there early in the morning, usually around 7 or 8. Now, a lot of the attractions weren't open yet, but a few of the buildings would be open for us to walk through. Each building had something different in it. One building may have artwork by students from around the state, while another building would have model trains running on miles of track throughout the building. Plus, there were several buildings with merchants selling their products, everything from candy to soap to even hot tubs. I always enjoyed going through all the buildings, no matter what was in them, especially the ones with the merchants in them. It was fantastic to check out the new gadgets sold at the fair. And now and then we might even pick up something while we were there. Another thing that we would always check out would be the agricultural area, where we could see some different species of animals, check out the lumberjack shows, or I could even fish in the kids' fishing area. I still remember the one time I caught a fish and we brought it home. I know my mom wasn't too happy with us bringing it home to begin with, and I don't think we ever cooked it. Now, the Dairy Building is another place we would check out that is a big deal at the Ohio State Fair. This is where they would have a sculpture of a cow made out of butter. Not only that, but they would also have a theme each year and have different figures made out of butter. Some notable sculptures were Darth Vader, Dave Thomas of Wendy's, Jack Nicklaus, John Glenn, Neil Armstrong, the Liberty Bell, Mr. Monopoly, and Furby. They also would have tributes and salutes made out of butter as well. Now, some notable ones that they saluted were the Armed Forces and chocolate milk, and the tributes were to the Ohio dairy farmers, the Olympics, the Apollo 11 moon landing, the movie A Christmas Story, and the Ohio State Buckeyes. It was always a treat to check out what was created from butter yearly. And speaking of treats, while you're in the Dairy Building, you don't want to leave without buying some ice cream to eat on those hot August days. But if you didn't like ice cream, they also had many other dairy products to buy, from cheese sandwiches to yogurt to milk itself. That's one thing moving forward that I will miss about going there, unless they carry dairy-free ice cream, which you never know, they might. I haven't seen it yet, but hopefully they do. But of course, one main reason many people enjoy going to fairs and festivals is the food. And the Ohio State Fair has its fair share of food there. Everything from mini donuts, which are fantastic, to whatever they can put on a stick. Even some local restaurants are regulars, like Schmidt's, which is a German restaurant famous for Bahama Mamas and jumbo cream puffs. But why go to the fair for food you can have any time? You usually go to a festival or fair to have food you can't get, like Alfredo stuffed turkey leg, Cajun waffle dogs, or edible cookie dough. Yes, I said edible cookie dough. Also, you can get mac and cheese on a stick, Nutter Butter stuffed funnel cake, and waffle pickle dogs. But we can't forget the deep fried items either. There's deep fried Oreos, deep fried Twinkies, deep fried olives, and deep fried piggy in a pancake. You couldn't go anywhere at the fair without finding something deep fried. Of course, people go to the fair to play games and ride the rides as well. As a father, I couldn't tell you how much money I've spent on game tokens and wristbands over the years. Let's just say it's been a pretty penny. But at the same time, my kids had fun and enjoyed themselves. Hopefully they have great memories of the fair like I've had over the years. And that's what it's all about, spending quality time with your family and enjoying a day at the fair together. Because once they get older, they may not want to go to the fair with their lame-ass parents, as the kids call it. By the way, I can be an ass sometimes, but I'm never lame. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Clearing Out My Head. Don't forget you can listen to Clear Out My Head on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and Stitcher. You can check out my podcast page on Anchor at Clearing Out My Head, where you can listen to past episodes, check out my social media links, or leave me a message. But until next time, this is Beat Up. Thanks for listening, and I hope you'll join me next time as I continue with Clearing Out My Head.
That was wonderful.
Bravo!
I loved that.
Oh, it was great.
Well, it was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't bad.
Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good, though.
It could have been a lot better.
I didn't really like it.
It was pretty terrible.
It was bad.
It was awful.
It was terrible.
Get him away!
Hey, boo!